Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my Jay Bird. This is, remember, 1976 and the 77. Now, when I first learned how to play chess, created my opening, my theory, and my Jay Bird, and if you've been paying attention with the videos, you know what I'm talking about. Now, I'm going to explain this, hope to help people in the lower level, like 1000, because when I first started playing, I Jay said I was 1000 at one time. Before I wasn't even that. I was probably like a 300. It was bad. But anyway, this game will show you that when he showed me when he was said he was 1300 at one in the beginning before I got created my opening and ever won a game, he said I was like 1000. And let's get down to it. And this is what I look like. Jay beat me all the time, and it's about right. I believe it. I do remember him, how he always used to beat me all the time. I knew how to move the pieces, but I didn't know how to actually play the game still, even though I knew how to move pieces. So, I'm in black, and this is called Nightbird to bot 1000. No errors, no assistance, no help whatsoever to beat this bot. Game 30, and let's get to it. D4, D6, C4, D7, C3, B6, F4, B7, H4, E6, H3, and there's your Knight's Bird right here. So what I'm trying to say is if you can get your pieces up like this, and I might have played something like that in the beginning just to push the pieces up, but I don't, yeah, it's possible I look like this. I did things like this. But let's continue on. But as you can see, if you open up slowly and be careful, don't get too crazy and just keep going. Let's see, after E7, H5, I bring the knight up. There's nothing that can touch the knight here. Now you can push pawns and you can trade pawns, but there's nothing that can touch this piece, the bigger pieces. So you go into it slowly. After F6, A4. Now, let me go back. I went E4. Now I went here. Look, I can't take that because he'll take, but I set it here because look, he can't touch me. I put it there. He can't touch me. Well, no, I'm sorry. He could take it with the knight, but I take him with my knight. So, and sometimes I made moves like that and didn't realize I made a move like that. And let me see, and didn't realize that the knight defended it. That's what I'm saying. I used to make moves and didn't know what I was doing. After E4, D2, D5, I go here. Now we're playing the game. If he takes, I'll probably still take with the knight. If he takes with the pawn, I could take with the pawn or go back with the bishop because the knight defends that too. After D5, he takes E4, I take E4 with the knight. So I go forward and I have this knight here now. C2, H4, I go check. Now, he took this, but he didn't have to. He could have pushed. No, he couldn't do that either. He can't do it. If he pushes this up, it'll be check again. If he takes it, I'll take it with the knight. So he can't. But he didn't have to take it. He could have just moved the king. But what he did was, after H4, he takes it. And I took H4. But he's in check now. He still can't go up. He'll lose a piece for nothing. After H4, D1, F2, and now he's blocked in. See, because of the way this was set up, and you look for spots to get in, and next thing you know, you'll start winning. After F2, C3, check F1, E1, I take another piece, G1, A3, I come back out and throw a check. C1, now I take C4. Now I look for something else. I could take this piece. So what's he gonna? He can't put his rook here. He can't put his queen here. My knight's here. What's he? He could put his bishop here, but then I take with the knight. Then he could take with the pawn. But then this knight won't be here no more, and then I could slide over and get a check. So, but it gets tough. I mean, if you're just starting out and a low thing. After c4, b1, I go c5, you bring another piece up. g4, castle, h3, b8. And now I want to get ready to push pieces. Watch, he moves his king because he knows the rook's back here. He goes a2. Now I push my pieces. b5, a3. I still push it. b4, g3, check. And now he takes with the queen. Well, he's pinned. He could have took with the rook first, but now he pinned himself. But after b3, b3 takes b3, takes b3, h4, a4 check, b1, d2, c2, e4, d1, and that's game. Now that looks a little more confusing, somebody just starting to learn. But let's go back over this quick. I mean, that's what I looked like back in 77 in the beginning. I actually look like the white pieces. But not with this exact opening, though. Because this I created. And then things start happening different ways. And then Jay started doing different new things too. And then mixing mine with some other new stuff. And things just kept rolling. But if you open up like this, go easy. Now, I brought the knight up because nothing can touch the knight. So I can bring it up, develop a piece. Then I saw I could put it here. But I saw, before you bring anything up, make sure it's defended by another piece. That's all. You only need to know two things. That if a piece goes up and he sees he can take it, that you have a piece there. And you just play like that, and you'll be fine. And with this opening, you'll be fine at this level, because you'll catch on and start seeing things after a while. He goes here. I move up, and now I'm helping the position. I'm helping things out, and I'm attacking at the same time. He takes, I take. I come over here, okay, I throw a check. Well, this queen's defending this, so I could throw a check, and he can't go like this, because then I'll just take it and say check. He takes it with the rook, but then I'll take the knight. See, I see two things. You have to watch the two things. He takes it anyway. I get a check. He still can't do it again. If he does, it'll be a take a pawn and a check. So he moves. Then I go in. Then you see what you can do. He can't save the bishop. You don't have enough time, and it's a check. He goes back. You take another piece. Then I come back, take another piece with another check. Yep, with another check. He moves, and now you just bring another piece up. You see, you just look for these pieces to get moved up and defend yourself as you're doing it, and you slowly move into an attack, and that's it. Castle. I slide it over because I plan on... Now, when you slide it like this, you want to push all these pawns. That's what this means. When you got two rooks like this, that means push the pawns. That's what's going to happen. But watch your pieces. Goes here. I'm pushing pawns. Now he's trying to defend everything. He goes back, and now he hung his king and his queen. He should have never run it over, but... And basically, in white, that's what I looked like when I first started playing chess, when I knew how to move the pieces now. I mean, I looked worse than this already. I didn't know how to play chess at all. But this is about what I look like. I was about 1,000. I remember when Jay said I was 1,000 when he was 1,300. And then I move here. I saw a check. And then you got to look. See, you can see what you can do. Where do I go? I throw the other knight. Now they're protected, and it's a check. Where's he? Where's he going? Up. Check. Now he could come up here, but then I guess I'd slide my queen here and say check, and then he has to go back down in the hole. Where does he go? Back in the hole, and then I lost the game because there's no other place. He tried to hide, and now he got no other moves. Okay, I hope that helped you out. You know, let's go back what this looked like again. Because, chess is a complicated game. It's true. It really is. But I found a way that even this one, normally it was the 2 bishops up here, but this is another way that I've created back then in 77, is to move the pieces like this. And to go up here. And then you start looking for things. Like I move up here. I was thinking about putting the knight or the bishop, because now this space here, I saw this space. That's what I went for. You see? He goes, I went with the bishop first. Then I pushed the pawn. So you look for an empty space, and then you try to go for it. And try to get things done. He takes, you take. And then I saw a check. And I saw that he can't do anything with that. So he took it. Then he still couldn't do anything. He had to move. And now you get in. He can't. Where's he going to do? He has to move pieces to get, but it's too late. Now you're already in. Now he goes here. Oh, see, he can't even put his king up here. The knight's sitting here. You see what happens when you start moving your pieces up and get them in there? And then he blocked it. And then you take another piece. And then the game goes on like this. And then you move the next piece up. And next thing you know, he's got nothing. And now you just push your pieces up. This is simple. And that's the game right there. Okay, thanks for stopping by. I hope that'll help you out.